Regression Discontinuity Design Threshold Based Causal Interference in Health Policy is a comprehensive guide for masters in health economics course. It explores how specific policy rules can be used to identify causal effects in healthcare. Next, we have is a learning objective. This presentation begins by setting clear learning goals to ensure a deeper understanding of quasi-experimental methods. Number one, identify the logic, understand how policy jumps can act as natural experiments, and distinguish designs. Learn the difference between sharp RD deterministic and fuzzy RD probabilistic. Then, validity and assumptions. Master the continuity assumption and the test used to ensure data has not been gamed. Then technical optimization. Evaluate the bias variance trade-off when selecting a bandwidth. Then lastly, real-world applications. Analyze landmark studies involving Medicare and NICU care. Next, we have Module 1. This section explains why policy thresholds create perfect experiments. The local randomization logic. In many health policies, resources are assigned based on a strict threshold or cutoff. For example, age or income. Individuals just below the threshold are statistically identical to just above it, to those just above it, because their health doesn't change instantly at that boundary. Any difference in outcomes is attributed solely to the treatment status. The only difference is the treatment status, creating a natural experiment at the boundary. Three pillars of RD. Running variable, the metric used for assignment, for example, the age, income, test score. Then the cutoff threshold, specific point where treatment changes, for example, age is 65 for Medicare. Then the outcome variable, the healthcare results being measured, such as mortality rates or hospital spendings, BMI spendings. These are the three pillars of RDD. Then we have RD versus randomized trials. While randomized controlled trials, RCTs, are the gold standards, they are often unethical or impossible to perform in the health policy. RD serves as a rigorous alternative by exploiting existing administrative rules. Cost experiment. Then we have module 2, sharp versus fuzzy RD. This module explores the mechanics of how treatment is assigned, understanding the deterministic versus probabilistic assignments. Sharp RD 100% compliance. In sharp design, the probability of treatment jumps from exactly 0 to 1 at the cutoff. Assignment is purely deterministic, no one defies the rule. Health example, Card et al. 2008 shows that in the US, individuals become eligible for Medicare exactly at the age of 65. Research shows a sharp jump in physicians' visits and hospitalizations at this exact birthday. This is a sharp jump in physicians' visits and hospitalizations at 65th birthday, since healthcare doesn't deteriorate overnight. The jump is attributed to gaining insurance. Then for the RD, compliance is the key. In fuzzy RD designs, the threshold increases the probability of treatment but doesn't guarantee it. Why fuzzy? Because doctors often use clinical judgments. For example, guideline might suggest treating blood pressure at 140 to 90, but not every patient at 141 gets a prescription, and some at 139 might. Method: the threshold is used as an instrumental variable for estimate the treatment effect. Health guidelines for why fuzzy. Because of the blood pressure, doctors are advised to treat the patient at this level. Clinical judgment varies. Cholesterol statisticians are recommended at specific LDL thresholds and assignment. The rule increases the probability of treatment but doesn't force it. Then we have module 3, ensuring your results aren't artifacts of data gaming. For RDD to be valid, the result must not be artifacts of gaming the system. The continuity assumption. This is the core requirement. Potential outcomes must be continuous at the threshold. If the treatment didn't exist, we should see no jump at that point. Thread manipulation. Patients or doctors can manipulate the running variable like fudging a birth weight to qualify for care. The design fails. The McCrary density test. Researchers use this test to check for a spike in data just above the cutoff. A spike suggests individuals are likely gaming their scores to get treatment. And the module 4, bandwidth selection. This technical section focuses on bias variance trade-offs in estimation. The bias variance trade-off. Narrow bandwidth, use data very close to the cutoff. Pros, low bias, the groups are very similar, and cons, high variance like small people size leads to less precise estimates. Small sample sizes. Wide bandwidth uses more data further from the cutoff. The pros, low variance and more data points. Cons, high bias, other outside factors may start to interfere. Optimal bandwidth selection. Common approaches to automated selection, the method embeds Kalyan IK, the logic, minimizes the mean squared errors MCE, and the Colonico CCT, robust bias corrected interference. The IK minimizes the mean squared error MSE, and the CCT provides robust bias corrected inference. Module 5, landmark case study. The presentation analysis, the 1500 gram birth weight cutoff study by Almond et al. Infants weight less than 1500 grams are classified as very low birth weight, VLBW, and receive intensive medical intervention. An infant at 150, 15,001 gram does not. Impact on mortality. 1 year mortality rates drop significantly just below the 1500 gram mark because of intensive care. Cost benefit. The estimated cost per life saved was approximately 550,000. Since health doesn't change drastically between 1499 grams and 15,001 grams. This creates a perfect cutoff. Results: impact on mortality. 1 year mortality rates dropped significantly just below 1500 gram threshold due to intensive care. And about the cost benefit, the estimated cost per life save was approximately 550,000. Interpretation plate. Local average treatment effect. A critical takeaway is that RD only estimates the effect at the threshold. You cannot use a study of 1500 gram babies to generalize the impact of care for a 3000 gram baby. RD only estimates the effect at the threshold. This is the trade-off for high internal validity. Activity: identify the design. Identify if the following scenarios are sharp or fuzzy. Scenario 1: automatic health insurance subsidy given only if income is less than $15,000. And scenario 2: cancer screening recommended for all over age 50, but uptake is voluntary. Module 6: testing your mastery for RDD. MCQ 1: which test is primarily used to check for manipulation of the running variable at the cutoff? The Horseman test, the McCrary density test, and the Sagan-Hansen test. Number B, the McCrary density test. Next, as we decrease the bandwidth getting closer to the cutoff, what typically happens? Bias increases and variance decreases. Bias decreases and variance increases. Number C, both bias and variance decrease. Correct answer is B. Bias decreases and variance increases. In the Medicare study, Card et al., why do we attribute the jump in hospitalization at age 65 to insurance? People naturally get much sicker on their 65th birthday. Retirement causes immediate health declines. Potential health outcomes are continuous, only insurance access jumps. Number C. Potential health outcomes are continuous, only insurance access jumps. Then visualizing trends RDD visualization. Jumps at the threshold is the estimated treatment effect. Best practices for RDD. Always visualize the data first. Draw means by then. Test for manipulation, McCrary density test. Ensure no other variables like gender or race jump at the same cutoff. Sensitivity. Check how results change with different bandwidths. Reporting provide both parametric and non-parametric results. Summarizing: sharp RDD, fuzzy RDD, and validity. Sharp RDD, pure rules, deterministic assignments. Fuzzy RDD, probabilistic jumps, instrumental variables. And validity, continuity is everything and no gaming.